Seahawks Today is presented by Manscaped. Go to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping. We'll tell you more about their latest products coming up later on in the show. Today, we are talking about the return of Kenny McIntosh to the Seattle Seahawks. The seventh-round rookie out of Georgia is back from the injury list. Also, we have an update on the practice squad, a couple notable changes, and some free agent workouts. In addition to Frank Clark joining to the Seattle Seahawks, could we see some more signings in the next couple of days? We'll go over all of that here on today's show. If you're excited about Frank Clark's return to the Seahawks, smash that like button, my friends. Look, who knows? Maybe Frank Clark's family is watching today's show. We want to make sure we show our support. We need at least 500 likes on today's video. Hit that like button. We'll get started on today's show. We begin with Kenny McIntosh, the Seahawks rookie running back, along with none other than nose tackle Austin Faoliu, has been activated from the injured reserve list where both players began the 2023 season. Now, for now, both players do not count towards the active roster. They have a 21-day window, essentially, where they have that period of time to either get on said active roster or they are done for the season. It is one or the other. They can join within that window, but the cutoff is that 21-day deadline. McIntosh in particular has my attention. A ton of potential, could be a big impact for the Seahawks in the passing game. I know he's a running back, but hear me out on this. McIntosh's skills specifically or what he does as a pass catcher out of the backfield. And you look at potential replacements of where he could fall in, I think that you're looking at him being a potential successor for DJ Dallas in that DJ Dallas role, where the Seahawks roll with their three young tailbacks of Kenneth Walker, Zach Charbonnet, and Kenny McIntosh to carry the load. He was one of the offseason standouts for the Seahawks, looked really good in OTAs and in minicamp and in training camp. And with the injuries that occurred in that time frame, Kenny McIntosh found himself getting first-team reps for this Seahawks team. So he has the confidence of Shane Waldron and this offensive staff. Look for Kenny McIntosh to play a significant role for this Seahawks team. And I think eventually we're going to be talking about him as the Seahawks' number 3 running back, overtaking that role from DJ Dallas at some point sooner rather than later. This is going to be Kenny McIntosh's opportunity to take over there. So you've heard what I've had to say about this. I think Kenny McIntosh is the future, not so much DJ Dallas. Sorry, DJ. What say you now? Our pinned comment today, who should be RB3? Is it DJ Dallas or is it Kenny McIntosh? If you think it's DJ Dallas, type DJ. If you think it's Kenny McIntosh, type Mac in the comments section. Let us know what you think. Some notable changes to the Seahawks practice squad this week as Bryant Koback is making his return, while wide receiver Cody White has been released among a few notable changes here. Now, with Koback, he showed some flashes in the preseason, but this is a guy I would be surprised if he got that elevation to the active roster. In the preseason, he was able to total up 32 yards on 6 carries, 3 catches for 43 yards. So it was a small sample size, but he did look good in the sample size that we did see. Now, there is one practice squad player in particular that has my attention that I'm going to tell you about here in just a second. But first, got to tell you about today's sponsor, Manscaped. Every man knows how scary it can get when going for a close shave below the waist. That's why I trust Manscaped for all my sensitive areas. I'm lucky to be one of the first to try the new Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, and to say it's a game changer is an understatement. Go to manscaped.com, use code Seahawks for 20% off plus free shipping. Manscaped's 5th generation trimmer features 2 next-gen interchangeable skin-safe blade heads, a standard trimmer blade for taking a little off the top, if you know what I mean, and a new foil blade to go for that smooth finish whenever your heart desires, because we know it's all about finishing, folks. Taking it on the go, Manscaped has you covered. That way you can score when you're traveling, because we know everybody wants to do that. This puppy comes with a travel case and even a travel lock feature to avoid an accidental powering or weird looks in the airport. You definitely don't want that. Go to manscaped.com, use code Seahawks for 20% off plus free shipping. That's manscaped.com, promo code Seahawks for 20% off plus free shipping, and you'll be glad you did. So one player to watch for this Seahawks team that's on the practice squad that has my eye is running back SaRodorick Thompson, who reverted back to the practice squad after getting some playing time on Sunday, making his Seahawks debut. Granted, it was just 2 snaps. He didn't officially register on the stat sheet, but nonetheless, he did technically play. If Charbonnet can't go with this hamstring injury that he's been dealing with, I'm looking out for SaRodorick Thompson to get another chance potentially, especially with Kenny McIntosh still going through that 21-day window. This is a guy that showed some flashes at Texas Tech. Was a 3-time All-Big 12 honorable mention, looked really good in the preseason, a UDFA that the Seahawks signed originally started with the Saints, then moved over to the Seahawks here. SaRodorick Thompson, to me, is very intriguing. Not the fastest guy by any stretch of the imagination, but he's able to make some plays when he can get that little bit of extra space of some sorts. And we saw at the preseason, one of the standouts had 21 carries for 81 yards, and not 1 but 2 touchdowns. Look out for Thompson potentially to be a name to watch for the Seahawks to elevate maybe even this weekend and see some playing time here. Who's a player the Seahawks should elevate from the practice squad? I know a lot of you love our guy Holton Ahlers, the quarterback from East Carolina that we saw in the preseason. Who comes to mind that you'd like to see get a shot in the active roster? Chime in the comment section and let us know. For daily Seattle Seahawks news, rumors, live shows, watch parties, and more, this is the channel for the diehard members of the 12s. And I got to tell you, we are getting very close to another milestone. 43,000 subscribers, less than 200 away from reaching said milestone. Subscribe now for free, and you'll be glad you did for the latest happenings on your Seattle Seahawks. Just like yesterday, when breaking news happens, we bring you videos quick as we can. We even went live yesterday to talk about Frank Clark. Subscribe now for free and never miss a moment. Let's talk free agent workouts now. The players besides Frank Clark that worked out for the Seahawks this week, in particular, 3 corners. And that was interesting to me specifically. I'll explain why here in just a second. But the 3 free agent workouts at the corner position included A.J. Parker, Madre Harper, and Kris Boyd were the players that got the chance to show off for the Seahawks. Now, what interests me is why they worked out 3 corners here. Now, I'm not one to speculate, but just kind of connecting the dots here. Why did you need to work out 3 corners specifically? Is there an undisclosed injury going on that they are not telling us about? Why specifically are you looking at corners right now? You look at the depth chart for the Seahawks with Witherspoon, who's rated as the top corner according to Pro Football Focus in the entire NFL at the moment as a rookie. Rick Wollen, of course, on the other side. You got some guys there. I mean, we haven't even seen Caillou Blue-Kelly yet, the rookie, the 5th rounder out of Stanford, still get his opportunity. So I have questions, and I don't necessarily have the answers of what the hell is going on here, folks. Now, as far as those free agent workouts go, there's one guy in particular that catches my attention, and that is A.J. Parker. This is a guy that was really good in college at Kansas State, a product out of Bartlesville High School in Oklahoma, just outside the Tulsa area. Went on to Kansas State, and this guy went up against some really good offensive skill players in the Big 12 Conference and was fantastic, I thought. Previously played for the Lions and the 49ers, was a Big 12 honorable mention. I always thought he was kind of under the radar of some sorts. And for A.J. Parker, comparing him to the other guys that the Seahawks worked out, he's got the most extensive experience at the NFL level that he brings to the table. So if there is an injury, like we're wondering, then he's the guy that I would think would be the most ready to potentially step in. Who's the player the Seahawks should sign Let us know in the comment section. You brought in Frank Clark. Who is next? Get in that comment section and let me know. If you enjoyed today's show, because of course you did, like today's video. Let's show some love for Frank Clark. And I will see you next time right here on this show that we happen to call Seahawks Today.